Hello everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of 868 Hack. We're on a one-game win streak, not too amazing, but not too bad either. So I don't know, let's just get started. Here we are. Of course, no power-ups yet since we're on the first game. We have antivirus and we have energy. Okay, what do we want from this floor? Ugh. It's all pretty awkward, isn't it? Maybe we could get a warp up here. Warp's pretty alright. Row, also, this is a good spot. A little bit dicey to defend, honestly. It seems okay, because it's like, gosh, you could defend everything coming from up here. But you can't really defend against up here and down here, and those two areas are both large enough that you're sort of likely to find at least one enemy on each side. But I think with row available, we ought to be okay to defend it. And then we can, I think I might actually take the warp first, because it's more defensible, and will help more with defending this, I think, than vice versa. Because we're going to have the problem of monsters coming at us from north and south, rather than from east and west, so the row isn't going to help too much in defending the row itself. Come on, there we go. What a jerk. See, that guy was much more obliging. Here we go, grabbing the warp. Okay, I think we go north here? East is the other option, of course. But if I go east, I'm going to have a tough time dealing with this guy. Whereas if I go north, he'll just sort of walk into my line of sight. Virus is not very convenient, but I do have antivirus, so not too bad, I suppose. So if I step east and he goes north, then I can take this all without spending any resources. If I step east and he goes east, I'll have to either take a hit or spend a warp. Great. Oh, I was wrong when I said that I wouldn't need to spend any resources. Okay, well, you know, that happened. So let's just spend our warp here. Sure. We only have one since we don't have a lot of credits. But oh, jeez, I just hit like a button that doesn't do anything because it's next to the button that goes west. Now the question is, do I want that warp? I'm not going to have a lot of credits. But I'll have 4, and that's enough. Sorry, do I want that row? And I think 4 credits is enough to defend the row by spending warps, probably. Okay, this is actually quite good. Only one monster in the south half, and he's close enough that we can isolate him pretty easily. Now the question is, east or south? If I go south twice, I can shoot the glitch easily enough. But then I'll have made 4 moves. Wait a minute. Where's the Cryptog? He is very close, isn't he? Because I've made 2 moves since spawning the enemies. So he should be like right here. What do I do with that information? If I go south twice, the enemies will be like here and here. I'll shoot this guy twice, and then they'll be like both adjacent to me. And I'll have to either take 2 damage or warp. If I go east, well, I'll be able to kill off the Cryptog, but this glitch will certainly be going south in that case, and then these 2 will be both adjacent to me, so it doesn't seem much better than just walking south anyway. I suppose, actually, if I go east, the Cryptog might move after the glitch, and the glitch might choose to go east, and then I could handle this all without spending any resources. So let's go east. Okay. That's good. I'm gonna move south rather than just take the hit, since another monster just appeared. Yeah. And then I can take that one hit. Alright, 2 hits. This is a little uncomfortable. But, I mean, we have warp. We can get out of situations. We just need to be a little bit careful to try to preserve our health on this floor for the automatic heal that we get. What do I want to pick up here? Reduce is the only thing that stands out, since it's quite defensible, a reasonable program, and has reasonable amounts of resources next to it. I could like siphon here for more resources, I suppose. Or I could float it, since I will have reduce available. This is... I don't know how I managed this so badly. Well, let's just warp, I guess. Or I could row. Warp doesn't necessarily solve the problem if I teleport onto this guy. Because I might move east 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this guy might follow me east 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whereas if I row, which spends like roughly the same amount of resources, I can just guarantee kill that guy right away. So let's siphon here, since we are quite low on credits and we're going to need to survive the next floor, and just reduce and so on. Okay. Do we step... If I step south, there's some chance that this virus goes 1-2, which would be great. I could just shoot at him. Whereas if I step west, I get into like this corner, which I don't actually like that much. I'm gonna go south. Didn't work. Will an antivirus solve the problem? Will a warp solve the problem? A warp onto either of the viruses does work. What about a warp onto the glitch? Yes, because I can go west. Fine. So that will work. What about an antivirus? I would basically go like antivirus north, south, I think. That should solve it, but maybe not, because the glitch would behave oddly. Right, if I go north, he'll come south, of course. And then I'll go south again, and he might choose to divert to one side or the other. So I guess the question is, let's imagine that I spend those, 4 moves fighting these viruses? 1, 2, shoot, shoot, killing them each since they're only at 1 health. That's 4 moves. He might go 1, 2, 3, 4, which would be great. Or he might go 1, 2, 3, 4, which would also be fine. So I think I'll take that approach. I'd rather spend 3 credits than 2 and 2. Even though I'm sort of energy heavy right now, maybe I shouldn't do that. I don't have any good way to like spend a lot of energy at a time, so I should be trying to make use of it when I can. And right now, I think that means using a warp. I said I could step west, but east works just as well, so let's do that. Alright, let's get out of here. And we're all healed up from that mistake a couple floors ago, but it still cost us because we had to warp, whereas like if we had been at full health, I could have chosen to take some damage instead. Alright, so this debug looks pretty promising. This is an alternative way to pick it up, I suppose. Quite defensible, reasonable resource distribution. Picks up another program, which could be great or could be quite dangerous. If it's something horrifying like Attack Plus, we would have a lot of monsters to fight. Could consider... Ooh, actually this reset looks pretty good, right? We were saying we don't have any way to spend our energy. Could consider picking that up. The problem is it's hard to do so without also picking up the Siphon Plus, which I definitely do not want to fight off right now. Here, yuck. Well, our first step is to walk north for sure. So there, that happened. I think if I just go like west then east, I'm looking okay. There's no way to get any monsters into my line of sight faster than that. Actually, it's rather dangerous to go. I can go west, east, south, basically. That gets the virus to go 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, that doesn't help. The problem is that the virus and the demon are likely to converge on me at the same time, although not guaranteed. If the virus comes down here, the glitch, sorry, the demon will go north, and then I'll be okay. But I don't want to count on that, since it doesn't seem very likely. I think the only thing I can do is just make like 2 moves in a row, sort of passing. Yeah. Now, I think a row is the best plan here. And then I can shoot north twice and then west once and not take any damage. I don't love it, but we're sort of getting into a bad spot, resource-wise. I'd love to pick this up, I really would. I will. I've got 4 reduces. I could spend, say, 3 here. Or picking up a bunch more credits. Yeah, that's not the button I wanted to press. Let's try this one. Alright, so this didn't flash, which means it's down to 0. So something worth only 2? What's worth only 2 besides reset and wait? I think the answer is exchange. So this must be an exchange. Not great, but I'll take it. It's a show. Oh. Right. Because show normally costs 3, but it was hidden, so it costs 2. Got it. Okay. So we really need to somehow get more credits. Actually, one thing I could do is pick up Calm instead of Reset, now that I think about it. The problem is, of course, that doesn't give us a way to spend our energy. And I mean, look at our program list. It's just nothing but credits, which is why we're developing this sort of energy surplus and credit deficit. So I think I really do need the reset more than anything. Is there something to be said for picking up the Siphon Plus? I don't really think so. We're not going to have... Well, one thing to be said for it, of course, is that there's more money. Right? If we could defend it without spending any resources, it would be strictly better. But I don't think we can. I'm just going to go with the conservative play of picking up just the reset here. Yeah. Let's get going. Okay. So here we are, level 4. Feeling a bit credit poor. Not much we can do other than step east. We could consider, say, running a show, maybe revealing a bunch of viruses, and then I could antivirus them for 2 damage instead of for 1, but like, that's spending $2 to, in some very far-fetched circumstances, maybe save $1. Seems kind of silly. Or rather, spending 2 to maybe save 3, so like it could net positive, but I don't think that's very likely. And there's nothing else on this level that we need to show, so... Okay. I think we just step east. Walk east, we walk east. Never gonna get the hang of that. There is a Cryptog right here. Alright. Alright, but these guys, they all sort of got in each other's way. Quite to our advantage, and we didn't have to spend any resources breaking in here. He's here. And what are we picking up? Well, this looks quite good. Does anything else look appealing? Could pick up Push. Push is alright. Make use of our energy a little bit. Easy to defend, has 7 total resources. I think that's fine, but not great. I think with Reset and Warp to make use of our energy, we can maybe just do without Push. And then perhaps on the next floor, get some good value with like Reduces or something. I don't know. Realistically, I don't think we're going to be doing a lot of reducing. It just costs too much credits. So we're just going to have to try to scrape by some other way. Yuck. This Cryptog is like guaranteed to get a hit on us unless we like warp or something, but that's super bad compared to just using Reset. You don't want to use a warp to like prevent 1 damage, especially because we could end up in even, you know, out of the frying pan and into the fire, so to speak. Maybe we just walk west, take the hit. And now the other Cryptog is right here. So I don't really have a convenient way to avoid getting hit by him either. I think I'll take this debug while I can. I should have probably done it last turn, in fact. It's quite lucky that they both stayed on this area. There we go. Yeah, you got me. We're gonna... Where is this guy? Has anyone been keeping track? What, how many moves have we made here? We've gone west, shoot, shoot. East. West. Yeah, shoot, shoot. So that's west, shoot, shoot is 3, east, west is 5, shoot, shoot is 7. So he's moved 7 times from starting here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Obviously he's not right here or right here. So, possibility 1, I miscounted and he's like in one of, and he's like right here and will kill me if I move. Possibility 2, he found another monster in his way at some point. Oh, I know. He didn't start out here, right? Well, I haven't stepped west. I wouldn't have seen him here except for the turn he spawned in, right? I'm just trying to figure out if I can, like, avoid using a reset. If I can guarantee myself somehow that he's not going to kill me when I move. If I can find a convincing explanation of why he's not where I thought he would be, I would consider that. But... I just don't understand why he isn't in one of those 2 squares. It seems like that I've correctly counted the number of moves I took since he spawned in. And I definitely was never standing here, so I wouldn't have seen him like this, which means this must be where he spawned in. And I've definitely taken 8 total moves since entering, right? I wasn't counting the move here, because that was when they spawned in, but then they went west, shoot, shoot, east, west, shoot, shoot. Like, that's 7. So he really should be right next to me. I don't understand what's wrong. I could show, but all it would tell me, I think, is that I, like, wasted some credits instead of some energy, and I'd rather use some energy. So let's reset. Go south and see what the hell is going on. Yeah, somehow he ended up wasting some turns, and I don't really understand how. So we might end up discovering that reset was wasted energy, because we could have gotten the heal for free. But I don't think it was wasted, even if we don't take any more damage, and it, like, obviously wasn't the play that would work best. I think it was the best play because given my limited information. I still don't know what went on with that guy. Maybe I'll look over the video when I publish it and see if I can figure it out then. Maybe you guys can rewind and write me angry emails. Angry comments, I guess. What do we want on this floor, though, right? Like, reduce is really hard to justify with so few credits. And didn't we, like, just do some reducing recently? I'm not sure. We obviously want to pick up all the siphons available. And I think we want to pick up these 3 credits either here or, like, here, maybe. This space is a little bit ambitious, I suppose we could say, because I'm not sure that I can really fight off 6 monsters without spending a lot of my credits, and I need those credits to live. So I think we're just gonna to push onwards, treat this level as a refueling stop. And it looks like we did indeed sort of waste that. I suppose I could siphon here. It's pretty defensible. It's 3 credits, which is not great. That's like okay. There are some programs I would be happy to have, but I think now that I have 7, like, taking a random program will often mean getting no program at all. And then, like, just I'll have spent 1 siphon on 6 total resources, which will make me sad. So I want to get, I think, to here, which leaves me a very good row to defend, since I have the row program that's particularly appealing. Conceivably, running a show might convince me to take some other path, but I can't really think how. So let's just get going south. A lot of viruses, okay. I guess it could have convinced me to use an antivirus, for example. Just everything we have costs so much credits. I can't really, like, I can't ever get my head above water. So I think we walk south. Oh, of course, they're going north, because that's the only way they can see to get to me. Yikes! We're gonna be surrounded next turn. So it's gonna be time to use an antivirus, of course. I could do that now, but I don't really see any good reason to not put it off. Another thing I could do now is debug. We might actually not be surrounded, right? This glitch might move north, and then this virus would be kind of stuck. Which I think would make me happy. So let's go ahead. Zap this guy. That did happen. Interesting. So I think I antivirus and shoot south? Am I going to be using any debugs? No. I think I'd rather use resets to deal with those last couple guys. I could use 1 antivirus, I suppose, and take no damage, right? That seems better than trying to handle it any other way. Yeah. Not very happy about all the credits I'm spending. But, you know, that's all you got. It's these... Ugh. So I read an interesting thing about... It was someone's article about this game, and they were talking about how, like, it's... I don't know. Got all this hidden depth, and at the beginning you finally get your first win put together, and you're like, man, I'm good at this, and you die, you win, you die, you win, and you put together your first streak, and you're like, man, I am gonna kill him, I'm gonna set a high score nobody's ever seen, and then like the enemies get this power up, and they're like, that's one way the game gets harder. Another way is unlocking programs is actually bad for you, because you get all these programs that are crappy instead of good, and you start wishing that every program were just antivirus or debomb or something, and like that's the part of the article that I disagree with. A lot of these blunt instrument tools really leave me feeling very vulnerable. Right? Like, there's just not enough credits to use those all the time. Picking up things like delay, reduce, attack plus, they all give you ways to get creative with your problem solving that, if you are creative, I think can be a lot more efficient than the standard built-in tool set. So anyway, that was an interesting article, and a window into my psyche, I suppose. Alright, let's get going. I don't want any of this crap. Could go here. No thanks. We're just having to spend so many credits every level that I can't comfortably spend any resources picking up points, because I worry that on the next floor we'll just get murdered if I do. So here is a really nice spot to pick things up. Right? 12? You never see 12, so it doesn't happen. And I don't know, we like maybe try this 8 or something if this goes really well, but I don't think it will. So I don't know. I guess we've got a pretty good defensive spot. Again, I could try a show here, and then if there's a lot of viruses, I could antivirus them and I would get a savings. But like, ugh. And if that did work, then I'd have a show telling me how many points this is, and showing me any cryptogs on the floor. But I think it's just like not that good. The other problem is this guy right here is like very likely to get a hit on us, isn't he? Unless he happens to be a virus, which would make me very happy, because then I would step north and then south. So that means that if, well, I don't know. I was going to say that means that I don't want to show and then antivirus, because I want this guy to be virus, because I can handle him without him. But, like, I don't know. If I could handle him anyway, I don't know, whatever. Let's just go north and see what happens. Cryptog. Well, we're taking a hit, so I think we try to make the most of it by going north and using a row. The enemy's moved into some positions that make a row not very good anymore, huh? I could debug. Seems okay. And then, like, go south, maybe? Remember, we've taken one move since they spawned in, so this guy's here. I could also consider using a row to take these guys out, but I think I definitely want to use the debug now. These guys are going to present a problem. I'm not going to be able to chew through all this stuff fast enough to deal with these guys without taking some hits. On the other hand, I could use resets, I guess, instead of debugs to take care of them once they get here. If those two really are the last two enemies, then I could debug one of them here, shoot the other one. Or I could use a reset, take damage twice. It doesn't actually seem that urgent to kill them. I could conceivably somehow get better value out of, say, a row. Or a better debug. All of which means I don't want to run a debug right now. So let's just shoot this guy. Now this other Cryptog is here. I think I almost clicked. Clicking is a disaster. You never want to click in this game. So let's go south here. Interesting. They, I was expecting them to have two guys adjacent to me, but they didn't manage it. So that's nice. Now, what exactly do I want to do with this position? Nothing is that good, is it? Like, I could antivirus and shoot north, and that prevents me getting hit this turn. But then I'm in a similar position next turn, and if I ever step south, the virus is going to nab me. Well, he might not. The glitch might be moving first, I don't really know. I could row. Seems like better value than antivirus, right? It spends 1 extra energy to deal 1 extra damage to that virus, which is like 1 extra health to me, basically. So that's pretty good. I think I like that. So let's do that. It's not a good value for row, but it's better value than my other options. I could warp. Is there any argument for doing that? Certainly there are arguments for it, right? It spends less credits and more energy. That's good. It gets me possibly to a better position. One problem with it is that there are a lot of places I could land where I would not have a good shot at any monsters. Which means that I would have to move, and that would give them all a chance to get closer to me without really advancing the cause of destroying them all. But, I mean, right now, row kills 1 monster exactly. Warp kills 1 monster exactly. Sort of argues for using up a warp. But if I use a row, I leave myself in a pretty okay position for everything else, and then I can warp later. It's like, these glitches are eventually going to close in on me, and like, even if I'm in the corner, there'll be a problem. So, I don't know. I could debug them then, or warp them or something. But I think for now, I just want to row this. Alright, this guy is here. So when I shoot west, he'll come to one of these 2 squares. Hopefully this one, right? Alright, well we'll start going. Okay, that's nice. I've made like 4 moves since this guy spawned in, right? I think so. 1, 2, 3, 4, so he should be right here. Obviously, the place I'm standing is a very bad place to be standing. And that's what warp is for. So let's do that. Now I have made 7 moves since this guy appeared, right? Or 8, I guess? It was 4, and then I dealt the 4 remaining damage to those guys. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Where the heck is he? Did he start going like this or something? 5, 6, 7, 8? That doesn't make sense. I'm not sure where he is. But if I walk north, I'm probably going to get hit twice. So I think I will just warp here. Alright. So we did that, and it cost us a lot of resources, but not like a humongous amount, right? We're doing okay right now, with a total of 31. We're doing, I think, fairly well. Well enough we could maybe justify, like, say, picking this up instead of this. Oh, jeez, but that's 7 instead of 12. Yikes. We only grab these 3 points or something. Maybe. Not sure exactly what to do on this floor. I think I want to pick up this gigantic pile of credits, because Reduce is going to be our best tool on the next floor to actually get some points on this run. And it's not going to be a lot of points, but it's going to be some. I just have not gotten the tools that I feel like I need to actually make good progress on this game. Where the heck is this guy? Found him. So he's here right now. Alright. Yeah, I really do want the credits. We're not going to get a lot of points for this run, really, at all. But I think we need them to get ourselves any points and guarantee survival as well. We just have so many siphons. Holy cow. I don't need to float 3. I can pick up a couple points, right? I think here's fine. Let's at least get these 3. We can go for 8. No thanks. Could take 1 damage here. Or I'll use a row or something. I'll take the damage. The nice thing about warp is there's basically no situation where warp is not useful. Like, if you are in danger, warp will help. It may not help as much sometimes as others, but you can always make use of warp. Okay, so what do we have here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spots we could siphon, so, you know, but one of them is worth only 2 points, right? So having picked up 3 points with our 5th siphon last floor was an advantage, even if we could pick everything up here. Which, we have enough credits and energy. I'm inclined to think we can get everything, but that's going to depend on how efficiently we can defend this entry. Fortunately, we are in a pretty good position. The main threat, of course, is glitches from the south. But we have debug. We can handle some glitches that way. Okay, that's promising. Do I debug or antivirus? I think I would rather antivirus here. Right? It's a little bit close, I think. If I debug, I can, like, shoot this guy twice, sort of keeping this line, keeping them from getting too close in this corridor, right? I can keep them to, like, distance here, which is great for dealing with viruses. However, if I antivirus, I deal 3 damage to the biggest threats on the floor right now, the viruses, as opposed to just 2 damage to this guy. And I can, like, shoot him twice, letting the virus advance to here. He'll only get to me once because he's stunned the first turn, right? And then I'll just sort of, I might end up taking 1 damage that way, but I don't think I would take 2. What if I were to debug instead? I would shoot this guy twice, the demon would advance 1, 2, I would shoot him 3 times, and I might or might not take a damage, I think, right? Depends on which order the viruses get in, whether I take any damage. So it actually sounds like a debug does a better job of keeping the viruses in check, because it lets me protect this square instead of this square. I'm not sure exactly why the math on it works out that way. I'm sure that I could, you know, devise some lemmas, ha ha ha. I don't know if that even qualifies as a joke, honestly. But I think things work out better if we use a debug first. And we're certainly using some program to deal with all this. And I don't think a row is a good idea. So it's a debug or an antivirus, and the math on debug seems to work out better. So let's do that. That's 5. Huh. We seem to be defending this square anyway, huh? But we're doing it at a time when the viruses all have somewhat friendly parity, or most of them do anyway. I don't know. I'm just gonna keep shooting east, and like sometimes good things will happen, and sometimes bad things will happen. And I can't explain why. It's just the mysteries of why the monsters move one way or the other. But mostly I think timing issues between competing viruses and the cryptogs that I couldn't see. Okay, so we're in, and we have so many credits, right? We should be able to reduce 9 times, no problem. I think I will start here, since I happen to be here. And this lets me pick up a delay, which I don't really see being that useful, but sure. I'm kind of, I don't know, I feel like I'm shouting a little bit. I think the music is a little higher than usual, maybe. It could just be the last floor, which has sort of that sort of loud / intense music. What do we do with this guy? We'll just let him hit us and use a reset. And I will use the reset now, even though it seems likely that I won't need it, because our limiting factor really is credits. We have all the energy we're ever going to need. So let's just put down the last 5 reduces right now. That's program number 4. And arrange not to get into a position where I need to spend any more resources again, please. Let's spend a show. I want to know whether I should take this or the 2. It's conceivable this could be a 1, right? So let's just do that. It's a 4. 9? Oh, it's a 9. Definitely prefer that. Of course, I was inclined to take it anyway, because 2 is very low, but now I'm certain that it's the choice. Oh my goodness, this level is encouraging me to leave. Let's just antivirus these guys. Get out of here, you chunks. Alright, so we picked up 33. Not as bad as I was expecting. Like I said, I think in the last video, that last floor always surprises me with how many credits you can squeeze out of it. If you've been sort of saving up resources. Sometimes I get to the last level and I'm like, I gotta get out of here, and I get 0 points. We picked up, what, 30 points on that last floor? I think it must have been 30. Because I thought we only picked up 3 on the previous floor. But I only remember picking up like a 9, a 9, a 5, and a 9. And that's 32. So I must be misremembering one of them. Oh yeah, when I picked up the delay, it was with, I don't know what it was. Maybe it was a 3 and not a 5. I don't know. But alright, we got 33 points. Nothing too special. Certainly not close to our high score list, but we added on to the streak and we're at 81. 81. I had a very good streak previously where I was at the top of this list, having used up just 7 runs. It was like 365 and 7 runs. Felt very good. But then I died really early. Anyway, that's going to do it for this episode. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you next time.